Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Anime Daddy. I'm back again for JJK. This is chapter 201. Pretty decent chapter, but let's get into it right now. Direct Negotiations Part 2, continuation of the last chapter. Lots of dialogue again. Let's just hope that it's not as bad this time. It's mostly like lore and just explaining stuff. But either way, we start off with the president saying, like, you want me to take these civilians, Japanese civilians, and experiment on them with my authority. And the Cyrus dude, he's like, each person could, like, even if they couldn't generate enough power to power a country like Gojo could, if they can generate enough power to basically cover what they consume, this is like world changing. And he basically explains, like, the brain is a wonderful thing, and not, we don't like understand anything about it. But we scroll down, we see TCB, shout out TCB, goats, scanlation goats. But Cyrus is like, yeah, we need lots of samples, lots of experiments. And the president's like, yo, you want me to kidnap a bunch of people for human experimentation? Like, this is actually crazy. And then Cyrus, he goes in this like the anime pose. He's like, we can't fall behind Russia and China and all these countries. And he goes on to list a bunch of countries and how, like, the US doesn't want to fall behind them in like technological innovations and like energy. He goes on and says, like, if these countries move, other countries will move, and nobody's going to want to fall behind, so everybody's going to be in on it. Basically, if one person goes, it's going to be everybody hopping on the bandwagon. And then he says, this isn't kidnapping, it's protection. If we monopolize the information, we could protect all of the sorcerers. Basically saying, yeah, we can use them for ourselves so nobody else can use them. A little anime villain-ish, but we'll keep going. Geto, or Kenjaku, says, yeah, it's also probably the most humane opinion. He's just trying to fucking instigate. This man's a king fucking instigator. He is going to be the one that is pushing along the fucking misinformation instead. But this little lady, she's like, depending on how this turns out, they're going to talk to other countries. And Urame, the white-haired dude with like the red spot on it, he's like, we're already doing that. And Kenjaku says, in November, the culling games are going to happen. There's going to be a bunch of sorcerers. This won't happen again. And the president's like, okay, increase surveillance in Japanese towns. He folded. He's like, okay, we're going to humor the idea, but we're not going to go too far into it. And says, basically, if this Suguru Geto guy negotiates with other countries, these people may become targets. Like, the Japanese in his country may become targets. But this is pretty big. They think they're talking to Geto, who is like a Jujutsu sorcerer, not Kenjaku, this mastermind. So we've seen how he's pulled these strings, and he's behind everything, basically. But the president says, yo, lieutenant, how many people will we need for this? And he's like a lieutenant of the special operations, US bullshit. Badass dude with a fucking eye patch and a mustache. Cool dude, I bet. But he says, like, we're probably going to need a single company. It's like, it says right here around 200 people, 60 to 200-ish. And Geto's like, he's like, or Kenjaku, he's like, you guys are stupid. He was like, to be able to do this, like, they're going to be no fucking match for our bullets. They say right here, our muscles and bullets. This dude, he is American to the T. He says they're going to be no chance for them to fight against us, basically, because we have the muscles and bullets. And he's like, nothing beats those. And Kenjaku's like, yeah, I agree with that. Body strength is strong. And we just see this cool little panel where the dude's like, yeah, I told you so. But Kenjaku's like, you'll need at least 800 people, a full battalion, because sorcerers are strong. Like, curse techniques and stuff can cause lots of damage. And he's like, of course, you Japanese people always so worrying. And he's like, is it because mommy never gave you a gun? And we see the president, he laughs at this little quip. And Urame's like, you want to test this out? Like, he's down to fight. Because he's like, don't insult my boy Kenjaku. I'm down to fight right now. And the dude's like, huh? Kenjaku says, we're both sorcerers right here. Is there any way that you guys actually let like 15 soldiers guard you? Like, guard the president? With this little smug face. And we scroll down and we basically get this fucking dump of text saying, about all the people that are guarding the White House and the president and how many like precautions they took basically to protect him. So Kenjaku, he's gone and he's tired of this shit. And Urame asked him, "You need help?" Because like they're about to do something. Kenjaku's like, "Nah, that's good. I think Geto's curse technique will be good for this." He says like Geto's technique will be pretty suitable, and this is implying that he can use multiple curse techniques from maybe other people he has inhabited, like the Kamo dude, Noritoshi Kamo. He might have blood sorcery or whatever, but basically scroll down, he's talking about more shit, how they took precautions, and he says the Japanese should stick to making cars and anime. And he basically says at the end, what we're seeking is not victory, it's total victory, with this little fucking muscle arm in the background. I love it. And he says, this is America. And then doom, some dude's fucking body hits the ground, and they go outside like, huh, what's going on? Obviously they can't see anything if it's curses, but they see these people floating in the air. Like they're basically defense unit or whatever. They're floating in the air, and they see this big ass curse resembling sort of JJK0, that curse that Yuta and Inomaki fought. Yeah, with the fucking Zuma shit. But either way, it's a really cool fucking design, and it's huge. But the dude puts the glasses on, the curse glasses. He's like, what? And he looks up as Geto basically drops all these dog tags, and I'm assuming are of the like soldiers that were outside guarding them, all of them, bunch of fucking soldiers that they were flexing about bringing. And he says, listen, let's wrap this meeting up. It's time to go hunt sorcerers. So this meeting was not about asking them if they wanted to do it. It was about making them do it. And the last panel we get to see is our boys and Angel. They're going off basically because of the 800 people joining the colonies. And at the end it says, thus, just what has been released into the colony. So we have break next week, and next chapter will be in issue 48. So obviously next week, no, not next week, but the week after that. This is a big chapter. We just go down, we get to see this really cool image, color page. Really, really good to set up what's about to come next in these calling games. And I gotta say, these 20 pages wrap up exactly what America's about. As an American myself, yeah, this is America. But either way, thank you for watching. Let me know what you liked about the chapter and what you think's happening next. What entered the colony? Is it this fucking thing? No. But thank you for watching. Have a nice day and peace.